안녕하세요. 발표번호 4번 3학년 6반 13번 박지성 발표를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. The topic of the presentation is watch out for Ponzi scheme. Before we get started, let me point out the main point. First, what is Ponzi scheme? Second, I'll show you a famous Ponzi scheme case and Albania civil war. Last, I'll suggest the reason why the national pension is in danger. Now I'll tell you why I'm doing this presentation. This is an article about profit in our textbook. Exactly what the article claims is that the loan is activated because of profit. Here I came up with my background knowledge of Ponzi scheme. That's why I made this presentation. Now let's move on. Real topic, what is Ponzi scheme? The man of this picture is Charles Ponzi, the second person to launch the Ponzi scheme. But second, then what's the first one? It's his job. He was a banker, and his job, the bank, was famous for its high interest rate. As it turned out, the bank covered high interest rates from new subscribers' deposits. He got known about this and prepared the new business right away. His scam started. He took advantage of the capital gains of the postal card called IRC. He set up an investment company, and a lot of people put up a lot of money to invest. And he bought a super luxury yacht and a mansion, but he was caught by reporters and demanded that people return the money to him. He ran away but was caught shortly afterward. In the next section, I'd like to mention a famous Ponzi scheme case. This man is a famous stockbroker named Bernard Madoff. He set up a firm called Bernard Madoff Investment Securities. He's been working on Ponzi scheme for 40 years, however, in 2008, as you know, the subprime mortgage crisis caused the bank run. Bank run cost returning money, and he turned himself into the police. The amount of the money he scammed was surprisingly $65 billion. Moving on, next section, let's explore the Albania civil war. This painting is the flag of Albania, and as you know, Albania was a communist country. So in the process of democratization, there was collusion of political power with and Ponzi scheme from and mafias. As a result, 60% of the people was deceived and the economy seemed to be growing. But in reality, it was a bubble economy, and eventually it was ruined. The people of this picture are holding receipts to get money returned. This led to armed protests and was conducted a sad civil war. Now our topic is moved on the national pension. Korea's national pension system has a making money mechanism similar to that of the Ponzi scheme, but this doesn't mean it's kind of a Ponzi scheme. Of course, people get money and return it to high interest rates. At the moment, this money comes from the next generation of people. For example, the money given to 3 people is provided 5 people from the next generation, and the money to give 5 people should come from the next generation of 6 people. However, as you know, Korea's fertility rate has dropped sharply, so there are only about 2 people to provide money, much less than 6. This reveals a problem similar to Ponzi scheme. There's no money to provide. And that's my takeaway. After researching the Ponzi scheme, I came to value the need for preliminary investigation when investing. And I find that Ponzi scheme inflict great damage on economy much more than other scams. I also learned about the government's great responsibility for the management of state affairs. Thank you for listening to my presentation.